Hola amigos, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Emma Bennet and I am a UK-based writer of contemporary romance. I'm writing a Regency as well at the moment, children's picture books and non-fiction for writers. I'm also a freelance developmental editor and a writing coach. And today I was just wanting to talk to you about what I learned from completing NaNoWriMo 2023. So I kind of feel a couple of weeks has passed since the end of NaNoWriMo, and I've stepped away mostly from my manuscript, although I have been fiddling with it a little bit. I haven't quite been able to leave it alone, but I feel that enough time has passed from the actual month of craziness that I can look at it a little bit objectively now. So for a little bit of background for you, this year's NaNoWriMo was my second NaNoWriMo, and just before Preptober this year I published my book Write, Eat, Sleep, Repeat, which is a guide to winning NaNoWriMo. It's absolutely chock-a-block full of all kinds of useful tips and tricks, advice that will help you on your quest to write 50,000 words in 1 month. And I got all of this information basically before last year's NaNoWriMo, because I was just so worried about doing it, because I'd never done a challenge like that before and I'm not somebody who typically has big word days. So I gathered all this information together and wanted to do something with it, and that book is the product of that. So basically, because of that, I went into NaNoWriMo this year, not cocky, but kind of like, look, I wrote the book on this. I feel I'll be fine. It's hard work, but you know, I know how to do it. As long as I just set aside some time to get the words in every day and make sure that I'm hitting my goals for the day, I'll be fine. You know, I'll build in a few rest days. Yeah, no problem. And yeah, it did not end up like that at all. It was very nearly a disaster, honestly. So I'm not going to go through kind of day by day what happened, but basically, yeah, I was the problem. It completely came down to me. I can't blame anything else. I can't blame family or illness or anything like that. It was just me. Last year, what I found really helped with my writing was to do live streams. And there was such a wonderful community on my live streams, and we were checking in on each other every day. I think I was doing a 3-hour live stream every weekday. So, you know, we got really, really close during that month. We were all cheering each other on, so pleased for each other when we hit our targets, commiserating when we didn't. And it was great, and that really, really worked well. So I did consider doing the same thing this year, but what I've discovered is that as I've become part of the AuthorTube community and I've made more friends, I'm tending to like mess around in live streams more, because I'm wanting to chat with my friends and catch up with them, and that's kind of my time to do that and not to write. So I did at least realize that about myself, and I knew that it probably wouldn't be a good idea to set up so many live streams. I was still doing some live streams, but I really did not find them helpful for word counts. I hope that they were for the people who were joining, who were also trying to get their words in for the day. You know, I really hope that that helped them, but for me it didn't. Any that I hosted or that I could co-host on, I mean, I got some words in, but nothing like if I'd kind of just put my head down for those 2 or 3 hours and just written, to be honest. Let me just have some tea. That's a good one. Been out with the dogs. I'm thirsty. There we go. Haven't had a cuppa for a while. Anyway, so I was finding that I was just really, really struggling to get the words down during the day. I'd spent Preptober, I thought, prepping quite well. I knew my characters. I knew where the story was going. I might not have known every single little scene, but I had a lot of information both on page and in my head to kind of help me to move things along. I know that if I try to write more than about 3,000 words a day, then my story has a tendency to kind of go a little bit off the track if I write that quickly. But I didn't get a chance to worry about that this year, honestly, because I didn't have any day that I hit 3,000, or really got, I think about 2,600 was about my best day. So I didn't have the strongest of starts to begin with, and then I kind of caught up, and then I got behind again, kind of caught up. I did have a couple of days where I was kind of out and about, and I couldn't really write as much as I was planning to. I did write every day, so I'm really, really proud of myself for writing every day. And I did end up winning NaNoWriMo somehow. I think I wrote 51,006 words in the end, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. And I am really, really pleased with that. But at the same time, I know that the quality of that draft is not the same as the quality of the draft that I finished last year. For NaNoWriMo, that book is called Center Stage, and it's going to be out next year. And when I completed NaNoWriMo with that was a really, really strong first draft. I was so pleased with it. This is definitely more of a mess, and I am going to have more work to do on it. The only thing, honestly, that meant that I won NaNoWriMo, I swear, is my friend Andy from Self Pub with Andy nagging me every day to get my words in, messaging me, how many words are we doing today? Okay, how many have you done so far? And yeah, that was what worked. So it was a different kind of accountability from when I had the accountability of the people in the streams, I guess. So it's a kind of similar thing, I suppose, but in this case it was very much not a group of people that was working. So I am eternally grateful to Andy. Thank you again. I don't know what went wrong. I just wasn't feeling it. I just really, really wasn't feeling it. And then it would get to kind of 10 o'clock at night, and I'd realise that I hadn't even done half of my words for the day. And there'd be a panic like every night to try and get as many in before midnight. Another thing, I feel I'm whinging, but never mind. Guys, if I can't whinge to you guys, who can I whinge to, honestly? But yeah, another thing was that completely my own decision, but I decided to do a short every day of November to update on my progress, as well as just filming a short vlog segment, which I was then putting together into longer vlog style videos to put on my channel. And just having to kind of get the camera out twice. Well, sometimes I kind of did one and then I did the other, like within a few minutes, but that was kind of an extra pressure, which didn't really work for me. Like, I'm glad that I managed to complete those two kind of challenges that I set myself, but I wouldn't do that next year. I think my plan for YouTube next NaNoWriMo is to pre-film some videos, kind of tips and tricks videos to help other people doing NaNoWriMo, and I'll film those during October, and then I'll schedule them for November so that I'm not having to worry so much about filming during the NaNoWriMo period, and then maybe just kind of film some shorts during November itself, not every day, but just kind of like little updates or tips and tricks or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I'd say that NaNoWriMo was still definitely very, very worth my time doing, and I've got many more words than I had at the beginning of November, but I'm cross with myself because I don't feel that I did it to the best of my ability, and I'm still trying to work out why that is. I'm wondering, I know that there's been lots of changes in our house and stuff recently, so I think I'm still a little bit discombobulated from all that maybe, and just kind of wasn't properly settled into NaNoWriMo. And I was so glad when it was finished, honestly. Like the 1st of December, I was just, I was thrilled not to have to worry about doing any words. It's a really hard challenge, guys, and anybody who attempted it this year, if you didn't manage to complete whatever your goal was, like, well done for trying, because it really isn't easy. And if it was easy, then everybody would just go along and win it, and it wouldn't be the challenge that we all enjoy, and there wouldn't be the awesome community with everybody kind of helping each other and supporting each other in various different ways. And so it wouldn't be the same. Anyway, I'm still very glad that NaNoWriMo is over. I think my plan is to leave that manuscript now until either January or February. I haven't decided, and then go back to that. It's going to be my Christmas book for next year, so I will need to have the whole manuscript completed and ready to go to my publishers, I think at the beginning of April. So I don't want to leave it till the last minute, but at the same time I do want to make sure that I have a little bit of time away from it so that it's fresher when I go back to it, because I'm also currently at the stage with it where I think it's stupid and rubbish, and why would anybody want to read this story, which I'm sure is not the case. It will be a very good story, I'm sure, but at the moment that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. So yeah, there we go. So thank you so much for watching this little kind of rambly, whingy update. Let me know how NaNoWriMo went for you. Are you glad that it's over? Are you kind of missing the camaraderie or whatever, you know, and how many words did you get? All that good stuff, pop it down in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure that you boop the like button. It makes such a difference to my channel. And, you know, if you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button, because we have a lot of fun here, and it would be great if you could hang around, and I will catch you in the next one.